Hello, and welcome back to Pluto's Place. I'm Josh. We got Drew here, and we have our first guest, Dustin.
Very exciting.
Dustin is also a YouTube content creator. So if you like nature shots with drones and stuff, go check out his channel. We'll put his name in the description. But we got a little debating for y'all. Drew and Dustin loves to debate stuff. It gets pretty intense sometimes, so we thought we'd bring Dustin on and have our very first Pluto's Place debate.
Our first YouTuber on YouTuber beef.
Oh yeah, channel beef.
Channel beef.
Who's gonna win the debates? We got some good topics. It should be pretty interesting.
You're gonna keep tally, right?
Yeah,
Who
we keep
wins?
tally, and y'all can also comment and see who y'all think won in the very end. We're on TikTok at Pluto's Place. We are also on Twitch at Pluto's Place. We just started playing Far Cry yesterday, so maybe we'll have some Far Cry related content up soon. So far, y'all ready to get into it?
Yep.
Ready?
All right, our first topic is streaming services. So, Dustin, you're going to go first and tell us what you think about streaming services.
I'm just not a fan of them because I prefer the physical media. I always have. It's just a nice thing to have as a collection. There are some people who say it's more convenient to have, takes up less space, and it just doesn't look that good for them. But if you're a collector, you can appreciate how much space it takes up. It just looks cooler that way. And streaming services also don't have everything, and you are at their mercy for them not deleting something. If some movies have rubbed people the wrong way for political reasons, they just take it down.
All right.
Yep.
Drew?
Well, the first thing, I get the collection part, right? But streaming services have, I think, just as much as Blu-rays have, right? Because the Bad Batch is not on Blu-ray.
Unfortunately.
All the new Disney stuff is not on Blu-ray. You know, they got I don't think the iCarly's on Blu-ray. They're just coming out with all this stuff that's not on Blu-ray. And the fact that you have something against the streaming services, what gets me good. It's just like you tear me down, right? You just make me upset on purpose. Like, I get having the collection and everything, but you shouldn't just shit on Disney and all the streaming companies.
Can we add Disney to the topic?
Yeah.
If that isn't already.
Go ahead and just go ahead and talk about Disney.
Disney and streaming services, they kind of correlate because of Disney Plus.
Right.
I'm not a fan of it at all.
You're not.
I already hate streaming services and I already hate Disney. Two of my worst things put together. And I think you're a bit of a butt kisser when it comes to Disney.
I just think they're starting to put out good content, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll never get to experience it, which is fine. But don't shit on it when I like it.
It's just not what I
The
want.
Mandalorian, great. Bad Batch, great. Clone Wars, great. They've done so many great things. Yes, they messed up the Star Wars movies, right?
Yeah.
But they're starting to come back. And
I just wish it was physical.
You're not going to be able to get it on physical.
Well, it should be.
It's bad for the environment. It's more expensive. Okay, well, Legos are compostable.
So why do you hate this thing?
Why do you hate it?
Okay, if you go to the store and you look at a Marvel movie, say Iron Man, which came out over 10 years ago,
Yes.
it is the price of a new movie.
It's pretty ridiculous. Huh?
Yes, it is. And the movie that came out maybe 3 or 4 years ago, you'll find that $6 bin. This is an example of how greedy they are. They will do anything to get what they want, and if you love it, they'll buy it. And sometimes just straight up ruin it.
Ruin it, huh?
Well, consistency. This is where the streaming service is going to come back in. I don't
So
like...
you think Iron Man is a less good movie? No? Iron Man 1?
No, I'm just saying it's not fair with the pricing. You know? Most movies that came out...
It's a company.
Yeah, I know.
And if there's a demand, they want to put out merchandise. Like Baby Yoda, for example.
Who's obsessively everywhere.
Exactly. Because people are buying it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't ruin it. It doesn't make it worse.
Well, you shouldn't jack up the prices on it
They're just selling merchandise.
for an insanely high price.
Yeah, that's just making a living.
It's kind of crooked.
It's not crooked. It's
Yeah,
a
it is.
company. Think of Walt Disney.
Walt Disney was not like
Mr.
that.
Walt.
He wasn't like that. I think he would roll over in his grave if he
He
knew
is
what
a-
his company's become.
No, he's
Yeah.
a businessman.
Was.
He's still alive.
No.
That's definitely not.
No, he's alive. Yeah,
He's talking about the freezing.
Person head.
yeah. Frozen head in the castle.
Okay. Well,
He'll come back one day.
look.
He was
but-
built like Kurt Russell. So.
The streaming service thing with Marvel, that's what really annoys me. You know, you've done 20 movies, some TV shows on the side, you can watch them if you want to, but now they've made it a necessity for you to watch the shows. That's very inconsistent for people like me who do want to have a full Blu-ray collection if they're going to stay digital and they're part of the story now. Now, when I get all the movies that will come out in a couple of years, there's going to be a gap in the story and it will affect the binge watch.
Effect binge watch.
Yeah, and it's just not complete.
I just think the future is moving on from physical media.
Dude, there is still record players that are sold in Target.
Yeah, because they're coming back, but that's different.
No, it is not.
It's like really shorts.
Plus, Blu-ray has higher quality than streaming.
Debatable.
No, it's not.
What if your disc gets scratched?
It won't. If you care about your discs, you keep them nice in the box.
If you have good internet, then it will not miss.
Are you like singling out the people who don't have good internet?
No, I'm just saying if you. Yeah.
It's better to have something that's like directly there, so you don't have to worry about the internet going out.
What if your power goes out?
Then you can't watch anything anyway.
You can watch it on your phone.
If your power goes out, you don't have Wi-Fi.
That's
Then
why you have data.
you're gonna rely on data to just give you some glitchy,
No,
laggy
it's not
service.
glitchy or laggy. Well, you've never tried it.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't. You've never tried Disney Plus.
I watched
That's what fucking irks me.
I watched the Boys series at my aunt's house just for the hell of it, and I could tell the difference in quality. She does live in a rural area, so it wasn't that good.
Understandable, but there's a lot of factors that go into this. What kind of TV does she have? Does she have one of the
She has one-
boxes?
yeah.
She
No,
has
no, 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 not a box. She has one of them, kind of like that one, kind of
Okay.
like modern.
Well, it's still factors. Is it 4K? We don't know.
I know
How
it's
good's her
4K.
internet? We don't know. Because it's not just the place you live, it's the plan you get.
For just an average TV, you should be able to watch better movies with a Blu-ray player.
But you need a 4K TV to watch Blu-ray, don't you? Is Blu-ray 4K?
No, that's like 4K discs, 4K Ultra HD, which I might even switch into. They're way too expensive, but even though I personally won't buy those discs, that just shows that they are making a comeback into physical media, because that didn't come out that long ago.
Let's go back, right?
Okay,
VCS tapes, right?
VHS.
Yeah, they've been replaced by CDs.
Yeah, but no one uses either of those.
Not anymore, that's my point.
Yeah.
So eventually, CDs got,
And I still see
got
them being
canceled
sold.
because of Blu-rays. Now, Blu-rays is going to get canceled because of some new technology.
CDs are still being sold.
Yeah, but who buys CDs?
I don't know. I don't know who buys records either, but they're also being sold. For the collectorship, they should continue to be sold.
I'm just saying, one day Blu-rays are going to be not playable unless you want lower quality and, stuff like that. Because there's going to be a new thing. And with digital media,
Mm-hmm.
it's always going to be the top tier.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I've looked it up. There are actually people who still like to collect Blu-rays.
That's not my point.
Yeah. They are high quality. They don't glitch. You don't have to rely on the
Alright.
internet.
All right, I keep saying it, and it's not getting through your head. They're
What?
not high quality.
Yes, they are.
Okay,
All right,
we'll move on. Let's just
your final statements about the topic of streaming services. So you talked a lot about Disney.
Mm-hmm.
What about any of the other ones? Amazon, Hulu, Netflix.
Or
Is it only just Disney that you have?
it's just about all of them I don't really like, but Disney specifically, it's just two things that I hate in general put together. So that one is what I kind of lashed out on.
Mhm.
But yeah, Disney Plus. I don't like the inconsistency with the Marvel movies and the TV shows. You can't have them. Only the movies on physical media, not the shows. And I don't like streaming services in general. I prefer the physical media in a collection.
Has Disney stated that they're not gonna?
They have. They want to keep it exclusively digital,
Huh.
which is kind of a bitch.
I see that. Drew, would you like a final rebuttal?
this whole thing about the quality thing, not real.
Yes,
I feel like it's easier. It's more factors that your Blu-ray player does not work than digital media. Digital media is in the cloud. Nobody can touch the cloud. You can't scratch the cloud. Your shit can't break. Your Blu-ray player. You know how many times I put a disc in my console and it just doesn't work?
like a video game console.
Yeah, like
Wait,
that.
what-
My Xbox has a Blu-ray player. This
Well-
doesn't work.
I guess it wasn't meant for that.
It is.
Well, apparently it wasn't.
It's just
How
Why-
old was the Xbox?
look. I know you want things to end, right? You want Marvel to end. You want Star Wars to end.
we'll get to that for a different reason later,
But I love this thing.
Yeah.
And if they keep going, I'll keep watching. Even if it's on digital media.
best movie ending of all time, Return of the King. You agree?
Like, what do you mean?
Like
that
to a whole
The
story.
whole is the end of story, or just for that one
story.
particular movie?
For me, personally, as a story.
That ending does drag on.
Well, yeah, it drags on, but you know what I mean.
The end of the whole story, yeah, it's pretty.
It was monumental. That's why I wanted the ending for the MCU.
Okay, well, we're gonna turn this into a new conversation.
Yeah, we probably will.
So go ahead. Let's talk about it. You want to end for MCU and for Star Wars.
Yes. Well, Star Wars I don't care that much about because it already did end for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go into that. Talk
Okay.
about.
Okay, Avengers Endgame. 10 years of build-up. And it's in the title, End Game. It sounds like it should be a monumental end to a chapter, and it wasn't. It was just a means to set up more of those shows that I hated, and I don't even want them to be shows. I want them to be movies. But Endgame, it just wasn't what it should have been. Just like Return of the King, that was a monumental ending. It didn't have these cash grab shows coming out of it. And calm down. Look, here's the thing. You can't drag on the same audience with the same storylines forever and ever. It's just like The Walking Dead. I remember watching that not too long ago, and it got so repetitive that I just couldn't watch it. I'm not the only one. And how did the company respond? They gave them even more shows that were more lackluster, and they weren't even that interesting. That's exactly what Marvel's doing. They're just using the same thing, beating the same dead horse over and over, not giving an actual ending. And how are you going to raise the stakes? Thanos wiped out half the universe. What's next? The whole universe? It doesn't matter. You know that the heroes are going to make a comeback and always win. Disney will never let a villain win. It's just not going to happen. So in essence, it's the same story over and over again.
Didn't Thanos win?
Yeah, but we had a cliffhanger for a year, but we knew the heroes would come back, and they did.
Kinda.
Well, they still won. Sooner or later, all you have to offer is who's going to die next. That gets kind of boring. Maybe what I would have preferred is like an optional ending, kind of like Return of the Jedi. You know, if you didn't want to watch the sequels, which most people generally don't, you don't have to. Return of the Jedi on its own is a good enough ending. You don't have to acknowledge the existence of the other ones, but Endgame set up a cliffhanger. You know, Gamora's gone. You didn't see what happened to Loki. You have to watch more movies and more shows later on.
Yeah.
I would have preferred an optional ending, like an optional out.
You could. Why can't you just pretend that Endgame was it?
I can't pretend that. There's stuff that wasn't resolved even before Endgame. Like the Doctor Strange end credit scene, Captain Marvel didn't get a sequel, Black Panther didn't get a sequel. For sake of consistency, you know, you just gotta wait for those sequels and you gotta wait for the plot holes to be solved. I mean, loop endings.
So you're saying what's next, right? With you said, what are they gonna do? Destroy the whole universe? They just brought in the Omniverse.
Or what?
The what's it called?
Multiverse.
Multiverse.
Omniverse is I believe that's Ben 10.
Oh. Shit. Okay, the multiverse.
Yes.
So that opens up a whole bunch of doors.
Okay.
And people that love Marvel, I'm not a big Marvel fan.
You're not?
No. I like Iron Man, and I like Endgame, and I like all that stuff, but I know I could care less about Marvel. But I know there's people out there that are big fans. And Disney will provide. Disney is a provider.
And a cash grabber.
No.
Yeah.
No. Not a cash grabber.
Okay, look. We all know that Andrew Garfield and Toby, they're going to be in the new Spider-Man movie, right?
Possibly.
It's not confirmed.
It has to be. We saw that set photo.
Andrew Garfield has repeatedly said
He's
that
a terrible liar. He really is. But I'm Doc Ock's in it. You know that has to mean Toby's in it. But Toby, I'm fine with. But Andrew, I didn't even hate his movies. But the thing is, that decision to bring him in doesn't even make sense because he had Amazing Spider-Man 2, a bunch of sequels set up, and then they just canceled it. So now we're going to bring his character into it, and that means it still doesn't resolve the fact we're not going to get any sequels. This is the kind of decision you make when you're just not even thinking. You just want to see fan service get all your money. And that's exactly what that movie's going to be. It's just a bunch of fan service. They're not using actual quality story. They're just getting all the fan service going.
So, if they're making a movie for what are they making the movie for? The fans?
Money.
No.
Yeah.
They're making a movie for the fans, and that is what fan service is. For the fans. For the fans that want to see Marvel continue, fans that want to see the new
If you let fan service...
They're a provider. Disney is a provider.
if you let fan service run a script, it's just not going to be pretty. Yeah.
I think if that happened, then the latest Star Wars movies would be good.
No, dude, Star Wars fans are toxic anyway. They would just throw in some bunch of stuff that you know it's
Toxic.
True. You know it's true. Josh, do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm just the moderator. I've been trying to stay out of this as much as possible.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, there
What?
are toxic fans. Just look at a Reddit.
Okay, I'm not saying all the fans,
Every fandom has toxic.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That is true.
but come on.
Star Wars has no
If you
problem.
if you had a group of 10 fans, Star Wars fans, they could have made a better movie than what Disney made. And that's what Marvel's trying to do. They're bringing in people, fans.
But then make
to make
decisions.
I think we're
Mandalorian.
getting off topic a little.
I don't even
The
remember
point
what we're
was
talking
to
about.
be talking about Dustin wants these big franchises to have a proper ending
Mhm.
and not to just keep dumping out copy paste movies.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
No, you're now going into the quality of these.
No, I'm going
movies
into-
and what fan service is when we're trying to talk about ending these franchises.
I'm trying to say Disney is doing it right for the fans, and that's why it should not end. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Why it should end. All right.
Final,
okay. All right.
final arguments. Let's try to stay on topic.
All right. So, like I said earlier, The Walking Dead. You know how many people read the books before the show?
Yeah.
Not that many. Yeah. That's why the book sales went up. Same thing with Marvel. A lot of people weren't even into the comics until the movies came out. You can't keep that same audience invested in the movies forever if you're just going to show them the same thing over and over. They didn't always grow up with the comics. They just saw a good movie and said, "Hey, let me watch this." But you can't keep that same audience invested in the same thing forever. Same repeating storylines, rinse and repeat over and over.
True.
Analytics would say otherwise. A lot of people have Disney
It
Plus,
was-
and
I
a lot
had
of
to
people
watch.
are enjoying the content they're putting out as Marvel fans with all these new spin-offs like Loki. Just because you don't doesn't mean everybody in the world does it.
I'm
okay?
not the only person. I'm really not. I saw
I mean,
other
maybe
people.
not. Maybe there's some other maniac out there, but the majority of people are in. I know. I've talked to Kyle and people that are watching these shows, and they say they're good.
Yeah, but I've had other people talk to me online. They feel the same way. They feel the investment is no longer
That's
there.
because you're in a hate Reddit thing about Disney. Of course, they would say that.
I don't even use Reddit. This was another website.
You're on www.hatedisney.com. Jesus. Next topic.
That's not the website.
All
Okay.
right. We're gonna go.
Who got that tally?
I'm gonna think about it. I have to think through your arguments, but next topic.
Okay.
TikTok.
I don't think we should be on that one that long, but your opening argument?
So let's just clarify, Dustin, you're not a fan of TikTok,
I am not.
and Drew, you love TikTok. So we're gonna just talk about why you don't like TikTok and see if Drew can. Let's see if you can sway each other and sing.
So, your channel and your content,
Mhm.
I think is good.
Thank you.
Just need to diversify.
That what?
Di-
Diversify?
Diversify.
to diversify.
Okay.
Correct. And TikTok is a great way to do that. You know, put your little drone things up there, and people see it, and then maybe follow you. We gotten probably 20 followers from TikTok.
No, I used
Out
it
of 60.
once, but I do remember when I was using it, you had to like hold your phone that way, and there's these logos floating over it and buttons you can't get rid of. Is that how it actually works
What was that?
on TikTok? Like you just look at a video, but it's not even the best quality, and there's also these little buttons over it.
Buttons? No,
It's a like button, doesn't
yeah. I mean, they're gonna. It's like buttons, so where like people can like, follow you.
Yeah, I
see
don't like that. I really don't. I like a full indie screen, just video.
It's a phone.
Still, that's the problem.
It's just like easier way for people to interact with your video. So like on YouTube, when you click out of the video, you have all the things on the bottom of the screen, like, share.
Yeah.
Well, on a phone you can't really do that, so that's why it's all right there on the screen, easy for you to do it. You can swipe, boom. And then yes, there is your logo with the TikTok logo. Your username with the TikTok logo will be moving around. This is a way so like people can't like steal your stuff because your logo will be there floating around the whole time.
I feel like if I did like a comedy skit or something like that, like no more than a minute, for that it would be fine. But
Yeah.
for my videos,
That's what it's for.
yeah, for my videos it wouldn't.
You can't
do
put
that.
your whole video up there, but you can put clips up there.
I don't like that.
Put clips up there.
Maybe
and if they like it,
maybe say like, oh, I'm not in this. There, sorry, I'm in there.
Yeah.
I'm the moderator. You guys got it.
If they like the short video, they will go to your channel for more. That's how it works. That's how it's like an ad. Think of it like an ad.
Okay, maybe I'll consider that factor of it.
Okay.
But the content that I see on there personally, like the advertisements that they show on YouTube, it's just pure cringe.
Okay, well, it's an advertisement on YouTube, Justin. It's not the app.
No. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
People's idea of humor up there is
TikTok
just dry.
was made for dancing app, and I'm sure there's a part that uses it for that, but
Yeah, it's just stupid.
memes
sometimes.
are great on TikTok. Yeah, I know you sent me a video last night of Spider-Man in Walmart.
Yeah.
Not funny, but TikTok,
Yes, it was.
TikTok, funny.
Did you even watch it?
No,
You didn't say it's not funny if you didn't watch it.
it's not. Trust me. But TikTok is a great way to express yourself, get followers, and have a laugh when you just scroll through TikTok. It takes a week or two to learn you through the cookies and stuff, and then it'll show you stuff you like.
Can I tell you something?
What?
You just subscribed to YouTube.
What does that have to do with anything?
You said the exact same. It's just YouTube is better.
Yeah, it's better, but it's not the point I'm trying to
Yes,
make.
it is.
No, it's not. I'm not saying the argument is not TikTok versus YouTube here.
What is it then?
It's why you should use TikTok. Period. Why it's good.
So maybe for the advertisements for my
Yes.
channel, I would use it that way.
You should.
Maybe. I'm not sure, but
You should try it.
yeah. Okay, maybe I'll try it. But for the most part, no. I don't think I'll be a dedicated viewer to just watching a bunch of cringy.
It's not
jokes.
cringy. It's funny.
We have differences of humor.
I know.
Yeah.
You like to watch fat guys yell about their Mountain Dew. Like that one video you told me. It's
Uh,
but there's stuff for everybody up there.
Would you all like a final thing to say?
maybe I'll consider TikTok for the advertisement factor, but for the most part, no. I don't think I'll be using it as a regular entertainment source.
TikTok is entertaining, funny, great source of advertisement, and I love it dearly.
Okay.
Dustin, since you said that you would probably give it a shot just for the advertisement's sake, I would have to give it to Drew. But that was a good talk, you guys.
Okay. Yep.
Next up, video games.
Oh boy.
Dustin, you don't really play video games that much, to my understanding. Not anymore.
Every now and then.
Not anymore. Not
Yeah.
like when we were kids.
Yeah.
Drew is an avid video games player.
He's gonna get so mad.
So we're going to discuss Dustin, your thoughts on video games, pros and cons, and let's get into it.
I'm probably gonna take the longest, so you think he should go first?
Sure, Drew. Since you're the video game player, you go first.
Gotta make a case.
Video games to me are way better than movies, way better than shows. They're a source of entertainment. If you get a good story game, you can play it multiple times. And in movies, you can watch multiple times, but it's always the same. Video games are not. Every playthrough is different. You can play video games for years. One video game, like GTA, I've played through that shit like 10 times. Story mode. It's just great. Everything about them, great. There's no better source of entertainment than video games. It helps your reflexes, your mind. I've learned so many things in here through video games. How to make a pickaxe, 2 sticks, 3 stone.
Was that a Minecraft reference?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't know anything about that. Yeah.
I should have showed you when you got here the Battlefield beta.
Yeah, it was horrible.
How is that not impressive to you?
You told me it was like some overhyped thing, like the best technology.
Let's do it. Let's merge it. Your hobby versus his hobby.
Okay.
Video games versus Dustin is a avid cyclist.
Okay.
So we're gonna discuss them. Let's see if y'all can come to an understanding and be video game cyclists.
So that's cycling, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
For the view? Question mark?
I wasn't sure that was a question.
It's a view.
Yes, view, adventure, exercise, all that.
But why? You know, like, I just feel like video games are a way better source of that, of adventure, of view. You just saw that Battlefield shit. That shit was beautiful.
People were dying.
Yeah, so people die on bike rides all the time.
Thank you.
Adventure, view, and what'd you say? Exercise? We don't get much of that unless you play like VR and stuff. There are video games for exercise.
Okay. I will give you that. On Red Dead Redemption 2, it's probably one of my favorite video games. I haven't been able to play the first one, but yeah, I love the scenery in that one. There's a lot to explore. Video games do have that. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not really there.
Says who?
Says logic.
Not being there is a good thing. Because you get all the view, right? You get all the experience, but you're not cold because you're up in the mountains. You're not riding on a horseback through the woods. That would be uncomfortable. But you're getting all the good stuff and not the bad stuff.
So you just want half an experience, like not actually smelling the air or being in the woods.
Yes. I don't particularly like being in the woods.
Yes, you can explore in video games, but you're not actually doing it. Most people would prefer to be actually in the physical world to do something like that.
The thing that bugs me most,
Oh boy.
the thing that pisses me off to the max,
Okay.
is I went on a bike ride with you
Oh boy. Okay.
to try your hobby.
Yeah.
And we had an agreement that I would try your hobby, you would try mine. You've never tried my hobby. I went through that shit. Let me tell you guys. It was 3 hours of pure pain. He bought me a Walmart bike. There were hills. It was like 100 degrees. And we lived there was this hill, and then it was flat for miles and no shade. It was fucking cornfields. And it was the worst experience. I almost blacked out. Dustin. And you won't even try video games, which bugs me. This is what bugs me. What have we talked about? We've talked about, media. Hold on. We've talked about physical media, right? You've never tried digital media. You've never tried. You've never tried Disney Plus.
Don't want to.
You've never tried TikTok, and you've
Yeah.
never tried video games.
I tried TikTok like for a week, but it wasn't for me.
So you're just bagging on these things that you've never tried.
I just told you to try TikTok.
That doesn't count. A week does not count. I told you to
And
take
I
a week.
told you I watched The Boys in my aunt's house. I like the show, but yeah, I wish it was a physical thing. But still, glitchy streaming service.
Everything you hate, you've never tried.
I just told you I tried it.
The Boys. Look. You didn't try it good enough. Okay. I tried bike riding. That's trying. I tried bike riding. You did not try TikTok. Or you did not try video game. Except for Red Dead.
No, I play video games.
What do you play? Because when I went to your house, you pulled up the tutorial of how the motion controller works on the PS4, and you thought that was really fun.
No, that was like a game room thing, like a virtual reality simulation. Yeah.
That was not
Okay, so I play the Batman Arkham games religiously once a night and once a year. I'll play Arkham Asylum one night and then Arkham City the next night. I love those games.
They're great games.
They are.
Why are you not experiencing all these other great games?
Such
as Battlefield or Battlefront. You're a Star Wars fan, kind of.
Battlefront 2. Honestly, not to get way off topic here, but I just wish they would remaster the originals. That would be great.
That would be great, but the new one's better than the old one.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
And graphics, yes. It's gameplay, no.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
How is it
It's a
that...
debate.
I feel like I'm about to get off topic. I'll just keep it brief, but the newer Battlefront, fewer battle locations than a console that came out like 10, 20 years ago.
That's 100% false.
You have to buy internet.
What?
You have to buy the PS4 internet. Not everyone has a silver spoon up their ass.
Do we live in bumfuck nowhere?
You have to pay for PS4 internet.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't understand how we went from maps to internet.
I don't know
in the
either.
same sentence.
We're just arguing.
And it's true that the original Battlefront 2 has way more maps than
Mm-hmm.
current Battle.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Dude, Battlefront 2's maps, it's like every location in the entire saga.
You sure?
Death Star, space battles, everything.
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't count the space battles.
But even without the space battles,
Mhm.
I'd say there's way more locations.
Yeah, I just wish they'd remastered them.
I mean, every time we play Battlefront 2, we're on Geonosis or
Yeah.
Sheet every time. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I was a little odd on how it went from maps to
Yeah.
internet so fast. So we're going to move away from that. You haven't talked much about cycling to
Fucking
counteract
cycling.
a video game argument. Would you like to talk about cycling?
I've been cycling for many years now, and I was at one point just playing video games all the time. I was like you. That was back in the PS2 days. I kept playing the same handful of games over and over again.
Great.
And then I tried cycling, and it evolved into what I am now. I just prefer actually exploring in the real world, feeling the real wind, feeling real air. It feels like an actual adventure, but you never get in gaming.
You say that,
Yeah.
but then I pick you up, right?
Okay.
And you can't walk barely, and you're sweating, and it just doesn't. You do not look like you're having fun.
I made it there.
You did make it there.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody the plan you have for next year?
I am going to attempt a ride across the country on a trail called the Transamerica Trail. It starts in either New York or Cape Hatteras, and it goes all the way to either Oregon or California. Attempt, I must emphasize.
All right, let's. Do you have a team?
No.
It's just you?
Yeah.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Cross country?
Yeah.
On a bike?
Yes.
How long will this take?
How long does it take?
It takes a minimum of 4 weeks. Basically a whole month.
It's just crazy to me. It's like Forrest Gump stuff, right?
Yeah, well, he ran.
Yeah.
He did run.
He did run. But we googled the trail last night, and it's like off-road. There was jeeps on this trail, dirt bikes, and you're taking a road bike off-road and stuff. Which, I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible.
Mm.
I'm just saying, for one man without a team or people to do it with, it's very sketchy.
Sketchy.
It's very sketchy.
How's it sketchy?
What if you simply fall down?
And I'm dead.
Exactly. There you go.
All right.
Very sketchy.
But you know what? That is exploring the world of Red Dead Redemption in real life.
Not saying I would, but I'm sure there's a video game out there where you could ride your bike across the country.
I doubt that.
Sure,
And you wouldn't
bike's-
die.
That sounds boring.
You wouldn't die.
You're just pressing a button to pedal over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did that in GTA 5. I got this little guy off a bike and I just started pedaling and it was boring. I wasn't feeling any real adventure.
I don't know what to say. I'm done with mine. Do our last things.
I have a question. So, I was sad that Drew did not bring these up, so I'm not going to use this for his argument.
All
But
right.
as a separate question, there have been attempts lately in the past few years to do video games where you do have to go outside and explore, such as Pokemon Go.
Oh.
And I feel like Minecraft tried something similar. How do you feel about people putting more time and money into games like that, where you do have to go outside and actually explore to play the game?
Well, I suppose that can be beneficial, but at the same time, you are looking for absolutely that nothing is actually there.
Mm-hmm.
You see it on your phone, yes, but it's not really there. I think that would get boring to me really quickly.
Mhm.
I don't even think Pokemon Go is still a thing anymore, is it?
Oh, it's very popular still.
Oh, well. Yeah, I never even watched Pokemon, so
Yeah.
well, I guess that can be beneficial if it gets you out and about. Maybe you'll learn to be outside a little bit more. Maybe you'll want to appreciate it more. But at the end of the day, I think you're still just looking for a video game character, and you're still just going to be obsessed with gaming. It'll probably go right back into
Why
it.
are you saying that like a negative?
Because if you get addicted to it, then
But you're outside, addicted. You're doing stuff outside.
I feel like that wears out really quickly.
Yeah, I
just
think
go
if you
back
get
inside.
addicted to biking, you do some stupid shit like try to ride across the country.
I'm getting exercise.
Yeah, but your
I'm living.
risk of death is way higher than mine.
If I die, I will be die for real. It won't be respawning in a video game.
Is that what you want?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just because the Pokemon are real doesn't mean it's not fun and entertaining. And
Why don't you go try to catch squirrels?
why?
Why not?
That's not my point. Why would I catch a squirrel?
Why not? Still
Why
good.
don't you catch something outside that has no consequence for your life? Like you
go
can
catch
go
your chickens.
catch a fake Pokemon and have them in your little phone and show it all your friends. It's
He's not-
cool.
He's not really there.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
He's there on your phone. He's data.
That
He's real.
it's virtual. That's not real. I think I'm making him mad.
It's okay.
No.
It's alright.
I just prefer the real world over video games. Sometimes people take it too far and become obsessed with it. They just become a recluse, never socialize with anyone, and there are people who go that far. I don't think you're there yet, but you have some moderation.
So you think I have a risk of being there?
How far
Possibly.
do you think Drew is from being there?
On a scale of 1 to 100,
Maybe.
maybe in 65%.
So like 100 is he's there, and
Yeah.
he's at 65 right now.
Mm.
So what do you think about that?
I think he has a stereotype that is completely unrealistic.
Which
People
is-
don't get on video games, shit in a bucket, never talk to anybody. It's not real. It's like some South Park shit. Like, it's not real. That's not how gamers do.
Do you know that for sure?
Yes. I mean, of course, there's a one-off Austin somewhere that's shit in a bucket playing World of Warcraft, but I'm not... I've met more people playing video games than I ever would have in real life.
That's sad.
Why?
That's just sad.
Why is it sad? Why is that sad?
It just is. Look,
Logic.
you need to actually get out in the world and do real things, not just adventure and bike riding. Like, just I don't know, go to Chuck E. Cheese or somewhere. Just go talk to people.
I'm an adult.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Go.
Okay. So what makes it sad that he's met a lot of people online versus real life?
Y'all remember the movie Wall-E?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You remember all the obese people just laying around doing nothing?
Yeah.
If we are all going to graduate to this digital world where we're just only meeting people exclusively online, that's the kind of future we're setting up for ourselves. Just a bunch of fat people laying around, not doing anything.
True. Your argument.
Look, video games are taking a turn, Dustin. That right there is a VR helmet.
And it was horrible. I saw it.
You were watching this fucking Star Wars video. Shut up. That's not what we're talking about. I can go in there, get in this game called VR Chat, and meet people right there.
Not really.
Yes.
They're not really there.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, the fuck they are.
They're not.
They're right there.
They're in your goggles, yes, but they're not active.
What's real and what's fake? Tell me, what is the difference?
You're real. I can feel
Shut up.
you.
What's the difference from, a person there in a game than not?
I just told you, you're actually
Why
here.
can't people get married in that game?
What?
Yes, that's real.
They
People
actually
get married in VR Chat.
That's even more sad. If you're actually serious and they actually get married in a VR chat, that's really sad.
All right. I just don't.
Is that how you?
Just because people are happy and you're not, does
I
that
am
make
happy.
it so you have to destroy everything?
I just disagree with it. I don't destroy it. I don't hate video games. I just think you shouldn't get obsessed with them to the point where you get detached from reality.
Why? I want to. Have you ever seen Ready Player One?
Now, well, that would be a whole other conversation why I can't watch that movie. It wouldn't make any sense to most people, but no.
Please go into detail.
Can we talk about why you can't watch Ready Player One?
It's like, this is only something that you would say is only about me. It really is. Like, I'm the only person on Earth who has this issue.
That's about most stuff here.
It kind of relates to physical media. If there is a movie that has a reference to another movie, then I have to have that movie in my collection. And Ready Player One has like 1,000 of those. It doesn't make any sense, I know.
So you've never seen it?
I've seen bits and pieces to know that it has all the stuff in it. It has, like, Godzilla original movie references.
So just because something references it, you have to have the other movie?
Yes.
So like the Giant, the
Iron Giant,
Iron
yes.
Giant, you have to have that movie.
Yes.
Hmm.
I don't think there was a lot of room to start a topic on that, but
Are there any other movies like that where you run into that problem? This isn't a debate. I'm just asking.
Logan, do you remember that Western movie that they were watching? Shane? I just recently bought that on Blu-ray.
Okay.
And Avengers Endgame, that one I'm kind of conflicted on because they just named like a bunch of time traveling movies at one point.
Yeah.
And one of them was Star Trek. And if I had to get the movies, then I would have to get the show as well. It's
That is a predicament.
Thor was playing Fortnite. You have to buy Fortnite.
Nah, I make exceptions for some things.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yes.
Fortnite's free.
Iron Man calls Thor Point Break, so I've been looking for that on Blu-ray as well.
Okay.
It's just stuff like that. Very obsessive about it.
Interesting.
Doesn't make any sense, I know.
It's all right. It's okay. All right. Well, final question. Should be fun. It might not be that big, but you like Batman.
Yeah.
He likes Iron Man. Who wins in a fight?
Iron Man.
Batman.
All right. Go into detail. Why? Why is that? We'll start with Drew.
They're pretty much the same superhero, right? They're just smart and rich people. But Iron Man is smarter and richer than Batman. So, you know, he's got a fucking suit, a batarang with whatever poison on it can't penetrate that. And he's also got sprays. Feel him.
Okay.
There's-
Batman built a suit called the Hellbat, and he fought Darkseid in that. It was infinitely more powerful than Thanos.
Okay, so are we going off comics or just the movies?
You're not going to win the comics.
He knows a lot about the comic.
I know nothing about
So we'll
comics.
just we'll go based off the movies.
Okay.
It can be
Okay.
all of the Batman movies.
All right.
And then all the movies that Iron Man is featured in.
Well, in that instance, I guess Iron Man would win because he has a lot more technology that is absurd. But
It's because he's smarter
no, it's because he has plot armor.
and
But,
richer.
Plot armor.
I don't know what that is, but he's smarter and
Do you
richer.
want to explain what plot
Plot
armor is?
armor is basically to where the character should die, but the plot is what they have to survive basically because of the plot.
All I'm saying is Batman almost died by a dog.
So like Avengers, he takes up the nuke into space and blows up. He probably should have died,
Mhm.
but because of the plot, he survived. You know,
Yeah,
basically, that's an example.
Alright, Iron Man easy.
His
Agreed?
technology is ludicrous.
It's because he's smarter.
No, it's because it's stupid. They got really, really weird in the later phases of Marvel. Like the CGI just didn't look that good anymore. The technology didn't make any sense.
Maybe it's because you're watching on Blu-ray.
What?
It's because you're watching on Blu-ray.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Okay, Iron Man wins.
Batman's
Basically-
suit is more
Yeah,
realistic,
he
but
just basically just came out into the Iron Man.
yeah. In the movie, because Batman only has that one metallic suit, and he had to weaken Superman to fight him.
Well, what if Batman has vehicles? Still no chance?
I mean, Batman did just fight Superman. You'd say
He had to weaken him, but you can't really weaken another guy who has a lot more limitless CGI armor.
all right then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting way to go about that debate. I like it. I respect it.
Mhm.
So, I say Drew as a whole wins here.
Mhm.
Basically,
Obviously.
he definitely won the TikTok, and then he just won that one. Kind of just,
What Dustin win?
I'd say Dustin is close, but I'm gonna give the edge to Dustin on the streaming services thing. I don't agree with a lot of it, but his arguments were good, and I think you were just getting into the hang of arguing. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Dustin, but I couldn't really decide on the video games and bike thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Are you serious?
I don't know. I'll have to go back and think about it.
Are you kidding me?
You won TikTok. You won the ending franchise thing.
He said we're losers.
No,
I did not say that.
You did kind of just.
Okay, maybe I kind of did, but I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, what else?
Drew won ending franchises because, I mean, like you said, as long as there's people that still want it, they should still make it. I mean,
Mm.
but I like Drew's argument. Even though I do agree something should end, but Drew makes a good point. And then yeah, you kind of just gave up on Iron Man versus Batman.
In the movie sense.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So I say Drew wins as a whole.
Hmm.
This is fun. I think we should definitely do this again.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think in the comments? Who do you agree with on the bike ride and video game? Because I'm interested. I'm very interested.
Comment who you think won overall, and comment if you want to see Dustin back. We can have Dustin back in more ways. Just comment what you'd like to see. He's got a pretty cool drone, so we can always use that for stuff. And have some more channel crossovers. But make sure you go check out his content. And yeah, go like, subscribe, comment.